All right, we are on to section 3.3. This section is about graphing intercepts, okay? So, graphing using intercepts. So, even if you know how to graph a different method, you absolutely have to graph the way that it states. So, if it states use the X and Y intercepts, you have to use them. Okay? So throughout all the homework, you have to do graphing the way it states. When it comes to tests, I'm not too picky so long as you've got a system and you can graph correctly. I am not picky. But the homework, I am picky. I want you to try doing it the way that they state. Otherwise, you won't get the problem right. So you need to know what an intercept is. So this point here, where it hits the x-axis, this is called the x-intercept, okay? And this point over here is called the y-intercept, all right? So you're going to get something like this, and they're going to want to know what the x-intercept is, all right? So, let's go back to this. So with an x-intercept, you're always going to have some x value, comma, 0. So that's how you know it's a y or an x-intercept. Same goes with the y, except that the y is going to be 0, comma, a y value. Okay, so those points are always like this. So here, if I go here, I know this should have a 0. So the x-intercept, let's count it. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you went in the negative direction, so that makes it -4. So you have -4, 0. And then if I'm looking here at this y point, so the y-intercept, I know that it's 0, comma, some number. And then you go and count 1, 2, 3. And it went in the positive direction. Now, I could make a crazy graph. And I would have an intercept here, 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 here. And I might have to state all of them. There is a problem that does something kind of crazy, and you have to state all the intercepts with commas. So you put, so like here, like for the problem that we got, you would do parentheses -4, comma, 0, and a parentheses, comma, parentheses, 0, comma, 3, end of parentheses, and comma, so on and so forth if you had more, okay? So don't worry too much if that's required, okay? So you're going to be told something like graph by plotting the intercepts, okay? So when you get that, you come here and you make this x, y, and you want to pick x equals 0 and a y equals 0, and you got to find the missing point. So just like before, you're going to write y minus 0 is equal to 3, y is equal to 3. So you get the point 0, 3, and then you're going to replace y with 0. So you get y minus x equals 3. So negative x equals 3. Divide by -1. Divide by -1. X is equal to -3. And so therefore you can come and plot this. So you go 1, 2, 3, you get that point, 1, 2, -3, and you will get that graph. And again, it does hold true that you should maybe pick a third point just to make sure it lies on the line. Don't forget to do that. Another example. X, Y, you want to pick a 0 and a 0 for your X and your Y. So I come in, put in 0, -0 plus 5y is equal to 5. 5 5y is equal to 5, divide by 5, divide by 5, y is equal to 1. And then here again, I do negative x plus 5 times 0 equals 5 for my next set of points. So negative x is equal to 5, divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, x is equal to negative 5. Okay, and that would allow you to go plot those points. That would give you 0, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. And that magic tool on Math Excel will connect it all up for you. Here we go. You're going to start again with the table. You're going to get your x and your y, x, 0, 0. You always want to start this when you want to graph by plotting the intercepts. All right, so I'm going to plug in 0. So y is equal to 3 times 0. Therefore, y is equal to 0. All right, so now I've got a problem because I got the point 0, 0. And if I have plugged the 0 in down here for y, I'm going to find out 0 is equal to 3x, divide by 3, divide by 3, 0 is equal to x. So now I've got the same point again, which doesn't help me. I need two unique points, okay? If this happens, and it will happen in the homework, you just have to pick a second point. So I'm going to pick 1 for my x. So y is equal to 3 times 1. Y is equal to 3. So I come in, there's my point 0, 0. And I go in and plot the point. And I connect the points with the line. Okay? Hopefully, don't let it frustrate you, but if it goes through that origin, through that center point, you will have to pick another point that's not a 0. But this whole section, you should mostly just be picking zeros. Again, you could get this. Once again, you start off with this, and you pick x and y's, and I plug in 0 for x, come in, oops, and put in 0 minus 6 equals 0. Well, negative 6 cannot equal 0, so I cannot pick this. This will not work. Let's pick 0 for y. When y is 0, what does x equal? Well, x minus 6 equals 0. Add 6, x equals 6. All right, so I already tried that. So I'm going to pick another value for y. We'll do 1. And I'm going to get the same thing, x equals 6. Because remember, something like this is a vertical line. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's a vertical line over here at 6. Okay? So you might see some of that. Or you might see a horizontal line instead of a vertical line. Don't let it freak you out. Just remember that if you don't have an x or a y, it's going to be a straight line. It's either going to be vertical. If it doesn't have a y, and if it doesn't have an x, it's going to be horizontal. Another example. I'm going to start off with my x, y table, my 0, and my 0. Come in, y is equal to negative 4 thirds times 0 plus 4. Y is equal to 4.